हरिः ओम् नमः सर्वेभ्यः। अद्य कृदन्तप्रकरणस्य 61तमः पाठः। अस्मिन् वर्गे उपपदस्य उपस्थितौ खश् प्रत्ययः कथं विधीयते अस्मिन् विषये विस्तारेण अध्ययनं करिष्यामः। प्रारम्भे वन्दनम्। येनाक्षरसमाम्नायमधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयम्। मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्तकौमुदीयं विरच्यते। सिद्धान्तकौमुद्याः अस्य वर्गस्य पञ्चप्रयोजनानि। सिद्धान्तकौमुद्याः कृदन्तप्रकरणस्य सर्वेषां सूत्राणां विस्तारेण अध्ययनं, यत्र आवश्यकं तत्र अन्येषां व्याख्यानानां साहाय्येन शास्त्राध्ययनं, सर्वेभ्यः धातुभ्यः यथा योग्यं कृत्प्रत्यययोजनं, कृत्प्रत्ययेषु परेषु रूपनिर्माणप्रक्रियायाः अभ्यासः, तथा च अष्टाध्याय्याः तृतीयाध्यायस्य कण्ठस्थीकरणम्। इदानीम् अस्माभिः तृतीयं करपत्रं स्वीकृत्य तस्य अध्ययनं प्रचलत् अस्ति। तत्र प्रारम्भे अणप्रत्ययः विस्तारेण दृष्टः, तदनन्तरं तस्य अपवादरूपेण पाठिताः क टक अच तथा ट इन एते सर्वे प्रत्ययाः पूर्वेषु वर्गेषु स्पष्टरूपेण अधीताः। अद्यतनवर्गे अग्रे पाठितः खश इति प्रत्ययः दृश्यते। तत्र एजेः खश इत्यस्मात् सूत्रात् आरभ्य उग्रं पश्येरं मदपाणिन्धमाश्च इति सूत्रं यावत् आहत्य 10 सूत्राणि सन्ति। एतेषां सोदाहरणम् अध्ययनं करिष्यामः। अस्मिन् वर्गे पठनार्थं सूत्राणि अपि बहूनि सन्ति, अतः प्रारम्भे पुनस्मारणं न कृत्वा विषयस्यैव प्रारम्भं कुर्मः। So let's start directly jump with the khash pratyay because we have a lot of stuff to learn today. Possibly the class might even overflow for 10-15 minutes, but I'll try to condense it in the given time. So what we are going to talk today is the khasha pratyaya, and then immediately next is the khacha pratyaya, looking very similar. Khacha pratyaya, which we will be discussing tomorrow. अतः अद्यतनवर्गस्य विषयः खश इति प्रत्ययः। खश प्रत्ययस्य विषये किञ्चित् प्रक्रियाविशेषं दृष्ट्वा अग्रे सरामः। Let's take a quick look at the khash pratyaya in general and then we will talk about the sutras. खश प्रत्यये खकार शकारौ इत्संज्ञकौ तयोः लोपं कृत्वा अ इति अवशिष्यते। सरलमेव अस्ति, परन्तु अत्र कः विशेषः ज्ञातव्यः? There is one thing that I want to explicitly point it out. It is very obvious, but I still want to point it out. खश प्रत्यये शकारः इत्संज्ञकः अस्ति. खश is a shit pratyaya. Why I am stressing this? Please understand, this is a very common mistake that a lot of people do. अस्माकम् अध्ययने यत्र यत्र shit प्रत्ययाः दृष्टपूर्वाः तत्र तत्र सर्वत्र एते प्रत्ययाः शकारादयः सन्ति. We have some idea in our subconscious that a shit pratyaya is the one that starts with a shakara, like shapa, shana, sha, shatru, shanacha. Think of any shit pratyaya that you have studied till now and you will almost likely have a pratyaya that begins with a shakara. So there is some idea, you're not aware of it, but there is some idea in the subconscious that a shit pratyaya will always begin with a shakara and the shakara has to go away by lashakvat adhite. This is not the case. शकारः प्रत्ययस्य अन्ते अपि भवितुम् अर्हति, तस्य हलन्त्यमित्यनेन लोपः सम्भवति। अतः खश इत्यत्र शकारः प्रत्ययस्य अन्ते अस्ति, अयं शित् प्रत्ययः, अतः तिङ्क्षित् सार्वधातुकमित्यनेन अस्य सार्वधातुकसंज्ञा भवति। सार्वधातुकप्रत्यये परे यथा योग्यं विकरणप्रत्ययः विधीयते. So just like what we have seen in the sh pratyaya earlier in sheet number 2, अत्र खश इत्यपि शित् प्रत्ययः अस्ति, अस्य उपस्थितौ विकरण प्रत्ययः भवितुम् अर्हति। खश प्रत्यय is not applicable for all धातुस्, अतः सर्वेषां विकरण प्रत्ययानां तथा च तेषु किम् अङ्गकार्यं भवति इत्यस्य चिन्ता अत्र न उपस्थिता, न प्रस्तुता। यत्र यत्र आवश्यकं तत्र सूत्राणि अग्रे गत्वा वदामि. Only a handful of dhatus get the khash pratyaya, so the vikarana pratyaya or the other anga karyas is also very limited. But this is to be noted that khash pratyay is a shit pratyaya. Shakara is there in the pratyaya. खश् इति खित् प्रत्ययः अपि अस्ति. खकारः तत्र प्रारम्भे अस्ति. लशक्व तद्धिते इत्यनेन खकारस्य लोपः भवति, इत्संज्ञा लोपः भवति. अतः खित् प्रत्ययस्य विशिष्टानि उत्तरपदाधिकारस्य कार्याणि प्रवर्तन्ते. Recollect the flow chart that we studied all the way in the first part of the course. Most of the itsamyaka letters present in the pratyayas cause some or the other angakarya. So if na is present, there is some angakarya. If ya is present, there is some angakarya. If ka is present, there is some angakarya. Kha is very peculiar. The kha itsamyaka letter causes uttara padadhikara karyam, which is a separate entity from angakaryam. So saptama sopanah angakaryam samprasaranam ityat sarvam asti. Tadanantaram agrima sopane uttara padadhikara karyam pravartate. Uttara padadhikarasya भिन्नः वर्गः अस्माभिः प्रथमखण्डे अधीतः. तस्मिन् वर्गे उत्तरपदाधिकारस्य विशिष्टानि कार्याणि अपि अस्माभिः अधीतानि. I have that presentation. Is class number 23 if you want to go back. So remember that in class number 23 we studied that for khit pratyayas there is something called as an uttara padadhikara karyam. It's not an anga karyam. Understand this. This should happen after the anga karya is over. Kim nama uttara padadhikara karyam? उत्तरपदस्य उपस्थितौ पूर्वपदे यत् परिवर्तनं विधीयते तद उत्तरपदाधिकार कार्यम. सो अलुगुत्तरपदे इज 6.3.1. अलुगुत्तरपदे इत्यस्मिन् अधिकारे पाठितं यत् किञ्चिदपि कार्यम् अस्ति तत् पूर्वपदस्य विषये भवति. तत् पूर्व उत्तरपदाधिकार कार्यम् इति नाम्ना ज्ञायते. खिदन्ते उत्तरपदे यत्र उत्तरपदं खित् प्रत्ययान्तम् अस्ति तत्र त्रीणि कार्याणि अस्माभिः अधीतानि. So there is something called as mum agama. Then there is something called as hraswadesha. If the anga is dirgha, then khityanavya will cause a hraswadesha and then a mum agama will happen. And then ekachom pratyayavaccha ityanena tatra agamaha bhavati if for the ijanta words. So I think in the same presentation towards the end we had this flowchart also where we exactly studied where does the agama happen, where does the mum agama happen, where does the rasvadesh and mum agama happen, and so on. So this is presentation number 23. Those of you who want to go back and revise this, अस्मिन् presentation मध्ये खित् प्रत्ययस्य उपस्थितौ यत् किञ्चन कार्यं विधीयते तत् सर्वं विस्तारेण उक्तमस्ति. अद्यतनवर्गे अपि झटिति सूत्राणाम् आधारे पश्यामः. This is the first time we are coming across a khitta pratyaya. So we will quickly go through these karyas without paying much attention into individual components of the sutras, but whatever is required for today's class we will revise. So अतः उत्तरपदाधिकारस्य कानिचन इत्युक्ते प्रामुख्येन त्रीणि कार्याणि प्रवर्तन्ते. अरुर् द्विषदजन्तस्य मुम खित्यनव्ययस्य तथा च इचः एकाचः अम् प्रत्ययवच्च. कः अर्थः? अरुर्द्विषदजन्तस्य मुम इति सूत्रं मुम इति आगमः भवति. दिस इज एन आगम मित्वात् अन्त्याद् अचः परः आगच्छति. मुम इति आगमः कुत्र भवति? खिदन्तम् उत्तरपदं. द उत्तरपद मस्ट बी अ खित् प्रत्ययान्त वर्ड. पूर्वपदम् अरुष् इति भवेत्, नो चेत् द्विषत् इति भवेत्, नो चेत् अव्ययभिन्नम् अजन्तं भवेत्. तर्हि मुम आगमः भवति. So we will see this sutra later down in the class. Arush plus tuda plus khasha. I will explain the meaning. I will explain the prakriya also. Atra kaha vishesha? Atra mumagamaha bhavati aruntuda iti rupam siddhyati. Khityanavayasya iti agrimam sutram. Ityanena sutrena. So khityanavayasya comes as an apavada or as a precursor to arudvishadajantasya muma. Khityanavayasya ityanena अव्यय भिन्नः अजंत शब्दः दीर्घः अस्ति चेत् ह्रस्वादेशः भवति. So first you do a ह्रस्वादेश. If the say word is dirgha, then you do the ह्रस्वादेश. Kali becomes kali, and then you do the mum agama by the previous sutra. Tadanantaram adau ह्रस्वादेशं कृत्वा ततः mum agamah bhavati. So kalim manya. And finally ichaha ekachaha am pratyayavaccha. Purvapadam ich varnantam इत्युक्ते इ ऊरु and so on. तथा च एकाच् अस्ति तर्हि मुमागमम् इत्यस्य स्थाने अमागमः भवति. गाम् आत्मानं मन्यते, गां मन्य. तत्र गो इत्यस्य स्थाने अमागमः भवति. तस्य गो इत्यस्य अमागमः भवति. सः च अम् प्रत्ययवत् कार्यं करोति. इति सर्वं पूर्वेषु वर्गेषु तत्र 23rd class मध्ये विस्तारेण अधीतमस्ति. So we will see these sutras whenever we need today. They are actually present in the Kaumudi Krama as we go along. So we will take a quick look at this, but we will not be discussing the majority aspects of these sutras. You should go back and revise class number 23 if some things appear to be not clear. प्रारंभे सूत्राणां क्रमं दृष्ट्वा तदनन्तरं सूत्राणाम् अध्ययनं प्रारभामहे. So we start with AJH Khash. If you can go to this particular list, we have this starting sutra AJ Khash. नासिकास्तनयोर्ध्माधेटोः नाडीमुष्ट्योश्च उदिकूले रुजिवहोः वहाभ्रेलिहः परिमाणे पचः मितनखे च विध्वरुषोः तुदः असूर्यललाटयोः दृशितपोः टाइपिंग मिस्टेक असूर्यललाटयोर्दृशितपोः उग्रं पश्येरं मदपाणिन्धमाश्च. So basically all these sutras, I'm sure at least some of you would have memorized this. So this is the set of sutras that will give a khasha pratyaya. What we want to start now is understanding these sutras in the sequence. Atah prarabhamahe. प्रथमं सूत्रम् अस्ति एजेः खश. प्रायः सर्वेषां सूत्राणाम् अद्य व्याख्यानं बहु सरलम् अस्ति. अतः यत्र शक्यं तत्र केवलं संस्कृतं व्याख्यानं पठित्वा अग्रे गच्छामः. यत्र किञ्चित् स्पष्टीकरणार्थम् आवश्यकं तत्र विशिष्टरूपेण संस्कृतेन नो चेत् आङ्ग्लभाषया स्पष्टीकरिष्यामि. परन्तु यद्यपि सूत्राणां संख्या अद्य महती अस्ति तथापि सूत्राणि सरलानि एव. तत्र विशेषः शास्त्रविषयः तादृश अद्यतनवर्गे न कश्चन विद्यते. अतः प्रारभामहे एजेः खश. एज्रुकम्पने टु शेक्. एज्रुकम्पने इत्यस्मात् ण्यन्तात् इत्युक्ते णिच् प्रत्ययान्त धातुः. एज इति मूलधातुः भ्वादौ विद्यते. तस्मात् णिच् प्रत्यये कृते एजि इति आतिदेशिक धातुः भवति. अस्मात् आतिदेशिक धातोः विषये अत्र प्रत्ययविधानं कृतमस्ति. शुद्ध धातोः विषये प्रत्ययविधानं न क्रियते. आतिदेशिक ऋजन्तस्य विषये प्रत्ययविधानं क्रियते. सो एज्रुकम्पने इत्यस्मात् ण्यन्तात् कर्मणि उपपदे खश इति प्रत्ययः भवति. तत्र अग्रे सः स्पष्टीकरोति खकारः मुमर्थः मुम् आगमः अत्र इदानीमेव अस्माभिः दृष्टः. शकारः सार्वधातुकसंज्ञार्थः. अत्र एतत् सर्वं किमर्थं स्पष्टीक्रियते? एजेः खश इति खश प्रत्ययस्य प्रथमं सूत्रम् अस्मात् पूर्वं भिन्नः प्रत्ययः इन प्रत्ययः पाठितः अस्ति. इदानीं खश प्रत्ययस्य अध्ययनं प्रारभते. अतः अत्र एजे खश इत्यत्र खकारः प्रत्यये किमर्थं, शकारः प्रत्यये किमर्थम् इति सर्वं विस्तारेण उक्तमस्ति. अंगम एजयति, one who shivers its body or shakes its body. Angam ejayati angamejayah. Janam ejayati janamejayah. The prakriya is there on the right side of the screen. Let's quickly go through this. So you have ejru kampane bhwadihi. मूलधातुः भ्वादिगणे अस्ति परन्तु णिच् प्रत्ययः क्रियते हेतुमते चैतन्येन सूत्रेण सनाद्यन्ता धातवः इत्यत्र प्रारम्भे धातुसंज्ञा विधीयते. अस्मात् णिजन्तात् कर्मणि उपपदं यत्र विद्यते तत्र खश इति प्रत्ययः विधीयते. जनम एजयति इत्युक्ते जनम इति नाम यः असुरः तं जन इति नाम यः असुरः तं एजयति. शेक्स और मेक्स दैट असुर शिवर. सो जनम एजयति. जनम एजि खश ख and sh will go away. A will remain. इदानीं जनम इति कर्मणि अस्ति. तत्र यदा प्रकृति प्रत्यय विभागः क्रियते तथा कर्तृकर्मणो कृति इत्यनेन तत्र षष्ठी एकवचनस्य प्रत्ययः ङस् इति आगच्छति. जन ङस् एजि अ. ङस् will go away by सुपो धातु प्रातिपदिकयोः. In the whole prakriya later on you will get a shap vikarna pratyaya. This is the speciality of sh. खश इत्यत्र शप इति प्रत्ययः आगच्छति. एजि प्लस शप इज अ. एजि प्लस अ प्लस अ सार्वधातुकार्धधातुकयोः इति गुणः. एजि becomes एजे. At this point in time, before doing any of the varna karyas, so a and a don't combine to form a y at this stage. Before doing any of the varna karyas, we resort to the uttara padadhikara and do the mumagama. Understand our flow chart. After doing the anga karya, before the samhita karya, we should be doing the uttara padadhikara karya. अतः अत्र specifically इदानीम् अहं एतत् वदामि, यतः अग्रे गत्वा बालमनोरमायां किञ्चित् भिन्नरूपेण उक्तमस्ति, तस्य विषये अपि विस्तारेण वदामि. So here you do the mumagama, jana plus muma, again that gives back ma. So understand, there is original ma, but that's not what is being heard in the final form. That ma goes away because of supo dhatu pratipadikayoho. First it gets converted to ngasa and then it goes away, and then we get back ma because of mumagama. Later on you do the varna karya echo yavayavah ato gune, you get janame jaya. So angam ejayati angame jayah, janam ejayati janame jayah. सरलमेव सूत्रम, न कश्चन विशेषः अत्र. कौमुद्यामपि उच्यते ण्यन्तात् एजेः खश स्यात्. णि प्रत्ययान्त धातोः, एज इति णि प्रत्ययान्त धातोः इत्युक्ते एजि इति अस्ति चेत् खश इति प्रत्ययः विधीयते. इदानीं काशिकायाम् अग्रे एकं वार्तिकम् उच्यते. अस्य वार्तिकस्य अध्यापनं कौमुद्याम् अग्रे उत्तरपदाधिकारस्य सूत्राणां विषये कृतम् अस्ति. अतः कौमुदीक्रमं पश्यामश्चेत्, so you have eje khasha in the kaumudi krama, and the next sutra in the kaumudi krama, as you can see, this is 2941, and in the kaumudi krama at this point in time Kaumudikara introduces the two sutras Arurudvishadajantasya Muma and Khityanavyayasya. So these two sutras, which we actually studied as a part of the Uttarapadadhikara, which we have already studied in class number 23 earlier, are being introduced in the Kaumudi sequence here, because Kaumudikara does not need these sutras anywhere where he is talking tadhitas or tingantas or samasas and all that. All the way he needs them over here, so he defers their discussion all the way till the end in the Kridanta Prakaranam. अतः पश्यामः एतेषां कौमुदी व्याख्यानमपि पश्यामः. तस्मात् पूर्वम् अस्य वार्तिकस्य काशिकायां यत्किञ्चित् व्याख्यानम् उच्यते तद् दृष्ट्वा अग्रे गच्छामः. अतः अत्र एजे खश इत्यत्र वार्तिकं किमुच्यते? खश् प्रत्यये, टाइपो, खश् प्रत्यये वातशूनितिलशर्धेषु अजधेट्तुदजहातीनाम् उपसंख्यानम्. सरलमेव वार्तिकम् अस्ति. खश् प्रत्ययस्य विषये तत्र केचन उपपदाः अत्र उच्यन्ते. वात, शूनी, तिल, शर्ध, एतानि सर्वाणि उपपदानि अज, धेट्, तुद तथा हा इत्येते सर्वे धातवः. So you have four upapadas, four dhatus, you do a one-to-one mapping. So खश् प्रत्यये वात, शूनि, तिल, शर्धेषु अजधेट् जहातीनाम् उपसंख्यानम् इत्युक्ते वातम् अजति, शूनिं धयति, तिलं तुदति and shardham jahati. You do a one-to-one mapping. Artham pashamah. Vatam ajati, runs with the speed of the wind. Aja iti gatau iti dhatuh asti, gatikshepanayoho iti dhatuh asti. So to go with the speed of the wind. Vatam ajanti te vatamajaha mrugaha. Shuni is the female dog. Shunim dhayati, the one who drinks the milk of the female dog. So in general, female dog is considered to be, the milk of a dog is considered to be unhealthy or low quality for humans. So in those days, typically people from the lower class of the societies or chandalas, they used to drink this kind of milk. So this is basically a synonym for a papi person or a person in the low category in the society. So shunim dhayati, drinks the milk. Now even if you say shunim dhayati, doesn't literally translate to drinks the dog. Basically means drinks the milk of the dog. Shunim dhayati, shunindhayaha papaha, no chet dush pravrutti यस्य अस्ति तादृशः मनुष्यः इति वक्तुं शक्यते. तिलं तुदति. So tudati ityukte to grind, to break down, to make pieces. Tilam tudati, the machine or a grinder that causes or grinds sesame seeds. Tilam tudati, tilan tudaha. Everywhere you can see the mumagama happening. Vata also, there is a mumagama. Understand, vatam ajati, it's not just a combination of vatam ajaha, that ma goes away, another ma comes because of the mumagama. I have explained this in the part of this prakriya. The final one is very interesting actually, a little bit non-obvious. Shardham jahati. Shardha ityukte the gas, flatulence, the apana vayu, the gas that is passed through the excretory medium. So shardham jahati, shardhan jahaha, mashaha, the grains that cause the apana vayu to be created. Shardhan jahaha, mashaha. The reason why this example is very interesting is because the ha dhatu, o ha tyage, so the verb itself means to leave. But if you see the prayoga, the mashas are not the ones which are leaving. The action of the apana vayu, the elimination of the vayu, is being done by the person who eats the mashas. So mashas are actually causing the person to leave the gas. So shardhan jahaha mashaha ityatra मूल धातुः प्रयुक्तः अस्ति परन्तु त्र प्रयोजकः अर्थः अस्ति. In all other cases, if you see this, Vatam ajati, the animal itself is running. Shunim dhayati, the person himself is drinking. Tilam tudati, the machine itself is grinding. But Shardham jahati, the masher, the grains are not causing or creating the gas. It's they are making the person to eliminate the apana vayu. So Shardhan jahaha mashaha ityatra shuddha dhatuna णिच् प्रत्ययस्य अर्थः तत्र निर्दिष्टः अस्ति. I'll talk about this point in a little bit details on the next slide. So वातमजाः मृजाः शुनिन्धयः तिलन्तुदः शर्धञ्जहाः माशाः. All these examples have been explained in Kaumudi in this next particular sutra, where he breaks the sequence of Kaumudi, comes and starts talking about Uttara Padadhikara. So Arur Dvishadajantasya Mum इति कौमुद्यां विद्यमानम् अग्रिमं सूत्रम् अरुष् द्विषतः अजन्तस्य च मुमागमः स्यात् खिदन्ते उत्तरपदे न तु अव्ययस्य. कः अर्थः? अरुष् इति षकारान्त नो चेत् सकारान्त, अरुस् इति सकारान्त शब्दः वौण्ड् इति अर्थः. द्विषत् इति तकारान्त शब्दः enemy or the one whom you dislike iti arthaha. So these two specific words, arush and dvishat, and all the ajanta words, the words that end in the ach letter, arush, dvishat, ajantasya cha mumagamaha syat, khidante uttarapade नतु अव्ययस्य. अव्ययं विहाय अन्येषां विषये अत्र सूत्रस्य प्रसक्तिः अस्ति. Shitvat Shabadihi. Ityute Shit Pratyasti Shap and so on. So he's actually continuing the prakriya of Janme Jaya. I mean, for example, if you take a standalone sutra in the Angadhikara and start reading Kaumudi, this later part of the sutra won't make any sense. What is Shitvat Shabadi and where does it come? But now we are studying the sutra in the sequence of Kaumudi. So we know that the previous sutra that we discussed was Eje He Khash. इदानीम् अरुर्द्विषदजन्तस्य मुम् इत्यत्र जनमेजय इत्यस्य शब्दस्य सिद्धिः उच्यते. श्रुत्वा शबादिः जनम् एजयति इति जनमेजयः इति अत्र प्रक्रियां स्पष्टीकरोति. So in Janamejaya there is that mumagama coming, and Kaumudikara has never taught the mumagama earlier where he was teaching tingantas or samasas or tadditas, and therefore he's creating or he's explaining the new sutra over here for the first time. Arurudvishadajantasya mum ityanena mumagamaha तदनन्तरं शबादि and so on is anyway there. जनमेजयः इति शब्दः सिद्ध्यति. इदानीं वार्तिकमपि सः पाठयति. वातशूनि तिल शर्धेषु अज धेट् तुद जहातेभ्यः खशः उपसंख्यानम्. अज गतिक्षेपणयोः, धेट् पाने, तुद व्यथने from the sixth gana, and ha oha tyage from the third gana. So these are the four dhatus, corresponding four upapadas are there. Vat marjaha mrugaha. One example has been given. Let's quickly read Balamanurama. Vata shuni tila shardha esham dvandvat saptami aja dhe to the jahati esham dvandvat panchami yatha sankham 1-to-1 mapping anvayaha vatamaja iti vatam ajanti goes with the speed of the wind iti vigraha supahaluki mum, basically explaining the prakriya. अथ शूनीं धयति इति विग्रहे Shuni Shabde. So now he's explaining how to generate the Prayoga Shunindhaya. If you look at the Prayoga on the previous slide, the word is Dirgha. You have the word Shuni, which is female dog. Dirgha. परंतु तत्र प्रयोगे ह्रस्वः भवति खित्यनव्ययस्य इति सूत्रं पूर्वमेव अधीतम् अस्य सूत्रस्य व्याख्यानम् इदानीं कौमुद्याम् अग्रे दीयते तस्य पीठिकाम् अत्र बालमनोरमायाम् उच्यते. सो अथ शूनीं धयति इति विग्रहे शूनी शब्दे उपपदे धेटः, धेट धातु इज देयर, खश प्रत्ययः क्रियते, शप प्रत्ययः क्रियते. सी हाउ इज राइटिंग द प्रक्रिया. शूनी शब्दे उपपदे धेटः खशि शपि अयादेशे धे becomes dhaya. Pararupe, there are two akaras. There is an akara of a shapa and there is akara of a khasha. Ato guneti pararupam bhavati. Pararupe shuni dhaya iti sthite ah khityanavayasya. So at this particular point in time, you want a rasvadesha, so you do to go to the next sutra khityanavayasya. अत्र कः विशेषः ज्ञातव्यः. अत्र बालमनोरमायां किञ्चित् भिन्नरूपेण क्रमः प्रतिपादितः अस्ति. He says first khasha, then shapa, and then he does not wait for the uttarapadadhikara. He directly does the varna karya, ayadesha and pararupa. See, he is basically reversing the sequence. He is saying khasha, shapa, ayadesha, pararupa, and then going to uttarapadadhikara. So if you go to our chart, he's basically doing this anga karyam, directly jumping to samhita varna karyam, going back to uttarapadadhikara karyam, will again come back to samhita karyam, varna karyam, and so on. This sequence is not recommended. The reason it is not wrong is because these actions are happening at different places. So ayadesha, the varna karya, is happening at a different end in the prakriya or a different set of letters in the prakriya. The mumagama is happening at a different set of letters in the prakriya. They are independent. So technically they can operate in parallel or one can operate before another. But for the sake of our course, let's not deviate from the prakriya. That is the reason specifically I found out this particular fragment and wrote it. Even if Balamanomana says that upapade dhetaha khashi shapi ayadeshe pararupe tadanantaram mumagamaha तथापि अस्माभिः प्रारंभे मुमागमं कृत्वा तदनन्तरम् एव वर्णकार्याणि यथा अयादेशः पररूपम् इत्यादि सर्वं करणीयम्. सो अग्रे शूनिन्धय इत्यत्र खित्यनव्ययस्य इत्यनेन खिदन्ते परे पूर्वपदस्य ह्रस्वः स्यात्. So here when he says in the first sutra arurudvishadajantasya mum ityatra ajantasya yada mumagamah bhavati tada तत् अजंतम यदि दीर्घम अस्ति तर्हि तस्य प्रारंभे ह्रस्वादेशं कृत्वा ततः मुमागमः क्रियते. अतः खिदन्ते परे पूर्वपदस्य ह्रस्वादेशः स्यात् ततः मुम. So let's continue Balamanorama first and then we can take a look at Kaumudi. So let's look at this. अथ शूनिं धयति इति विग्रहे शूनी शब्दे उपपदे धेटः खशिश अपि अयादेशे पररूपे शूनीधय इति स्थिते आह ततः मुम इत्युक्ते मुमागमः भवति. पूर्वं ह्रस्वे कृते ततः मुम. So first you do the ह्रस्वादेश. When you have shuni and dhaya, if you do a mumagama first, then you cannot do rasvadesha because there is no rasva swara. So then the rasvadesha, the sutra for rasvadesha will become anavakasha. So you first do the rasvadesha and then you do the mumagama. So पूर्वं ह्रस्वे कृते ततः मुम पूर्वं मुमि कृते तु अजन्तत्व अभावात् ह्रस्वः न स्यादिति भावः. खिदन्ते परे पूर्वपदस्य ह्रस्वः स्यात्. In Kaumudi you do a rasvadesha first, shuni becomes shuni and then mumagama will happen, because if you start doing mumagama first then anyway it will not be possible to do the rasvadesha. So the sutra khityanavayasya will become niravakasha. Niravakashah तत्र भवति अतः ज्ञापयति प्रथमम् एतत् अपवादकार्यं कृत्वा नो चेत् प्रथमम् एतत् कार्यं कृत्वा तदनन्तरं मुमागमः करणीयः. अतः खिदन्ते परे पूर्वपदस्य ह्रस्वादेशः भवति ततः मुम् शूनिन्धयः तिलन्तुदः शरधञ्जहाः माशाः. So he's actually continuing the examples from the previous discussion. See, I mean, if you read Khityanavayasya out of the context from Kaumudi, this all is going to confuse you. Like khidante pare purvapadasya hrasvah syat is okay. Tataha mum means what? Where does the whole thing come up? So we have to read Kaumudi in that particular sequence and only then it will be clear. So the Shunindhaya, Tilantuda, Shardhanjaha, all these are examples of AJ Khasha, the Vartika of that. which are being discussed over here. शरदञ्झा इत्यत्र किञ्चित् विशेषरूपेण सः प्रतिपादयति, पश्यामः, very beautiful explanation. शरथः अपान शब्दः, अपान शब्द इत्युक्ते वायु, अपान वायु, तं जहति इति विग्रहः. So that leaves. Now this line, the next one, when I say beautiful, this line is very nice. Next one, jahatihi antarbhavitanyarthaha. What is happening? As I mentioned earlier, the ha dhatu itself means to leave. The meaning that is used over here is to make somebody leave. Nich pratyasya atra arthaha prayuktah asti. Tatra nich pratyah vishesharupeణ न उच्यते. शुद्धः धातुः अस्ति, तस्मादेव निच् प्रत्ययस्य अर्थः क्रियते. This is called antarbhavitanyartha. I think I have explained this in one of the previous classes, but let's actually talk a little bit more details about it. Vastutastu, this niche pratyaya is a little misbehaved. In the sense, there are two things, two observations that you can do about this particular niche pratyaya. Sometimes what happens is the original dhatu, it gets the niche pratyaya, but the meaning does not become prayojaka. So मूल धातोः कदा कुत्रचित् निच् प्रत्ययः विधीयते, परन्तु तत्र अर्थपरिवर्तनं न भवति. शुद्ध धातोः यः अर्थः सः एव अर्थः निजन्तस्यापि भवति. So sometimes you see the construct. So for example, in Devi Saptashati, one of the first shloka, some of you might know, Nishamaya tadutpattim vistarat gadato mama. So there is this word Nishamaya, which has a nich pratyay in it, but the form, it means the same as the original dhatu. Or a better example is the one from all the way at the end of Raghuvamsha, Prarthayanti Shayanothitam Priyaha. तत्र प्रार्थयन्ति इत्यत्रापि एतादृशमेव उच्यते. तत्र निच् प्रत्ययः अस्ति, परन्तु शुद्ध धातोः अर्थः उच्यते. So there is a separate shuddha dhatu. This is not a case like chura or katha where a compulsory niche will come. That's not what we are talking about. There will be a shuddha dhatu and there will be a nijanta dhatu, but the nijanta dhatu will not have the meaning of prayojaka. So in Vakyapadyam, let me recollect this. In Vakyapadyam, actually, there is a very beautiful line that Bhartruhari mentions. Nivritta preshanat dhatoho prakrute artheni juchyate. Prakrute artheni uchyate. The meaning of the original dhatu itself is imparted even to the nijanta. So that is one side of the coin. Nich pratyay can be used with a no operation without changing the meaning. The second side of the coin is what we see over here, where even though the niche pratyay is not used, the meaning is prayojaka. So atra jahati iti shuddha dhatuh prayuktah asti, parantu arthaha prayojakaha, makes somebody leaves, hapayati, makes somebody to leave iti arthaha asti. So he says jahatihi antarbhavitanyarthaha. So this is the second side of the coin. The first side is prakrutertheni juchyate. The second side is antarbhavitanyartha. This is called antarbhavitanyartha. Yatra shuddha dhatuna eva nijantasya arthaha vidhiyate. Tatra antarbhavitanyartha iti uchyate. So that's something very interesting. Jahatihi antarbhavitanyartha iti atra kaumudyam spashtikrutam asti. अस्मिन् विषये शरधञ्जहाः माशाः इत्यत्र भाष्ये तु मृगाः इति पाठः. भाष्ये मृगाः. सो माशाः इति भाष्येन उच्यते, मृगाः इति उच्यते. पाठभेदः बेसिकली. शरधः अपानद्वारे स्थितः शब्दः इति माधवादयः अन्तर्भावित अर्थे इति, तथा च शर्धम हापयन्ति. So antarbhavita is the nijanta meaning has been imparted for the shuddha dhatu. So तथा च शर्धम हापयन्ति इति विग्रहः. भाष्ये तु वातशूनि इति वार्तिके गर्धेषु इति पठितम्. So basically there are patha bhedas in the bhashya. Some editions of bhashya is what he is saying. Vata shuni tila gardheshu. Gardha means desire, greed, ichha. Gardheshu ajadhet to the jahatebhyah khasha upasankhyanam. Iti atra udaharanam, iti atra vartikam dattam asti. So instead of shardhan jahaha mashaha, the example that you find in some editions is gardhan jahaha mrugaha. So भाष्ये तु मृगाः इति पाठः and वातशुनि इति वार्तिके गर्धेषु इति पठितं. So गर्धं जहाः मृगाः इति अपि अत्र अर्थः भवितुम् अर्हति. So this is the whole discussion about this particular sutram ejehe khasha. इत्यस्य सर्वं व्याख्यानं काशिकायां तु एकस्मिन्नेव सूत्रे अस्ति, कौमुद्यां 3 सूत्राणि तत्र क्रमेण पाठितानि सन्ति. Let me quickly take a look at the questions because we have a lot of stuff to discuss today. I'm only going to take very relevant questions today. I'm requesting the others one, those whose answers questions I don't take, feel free to write to me later on or write to the group. Okay, so there is a question. Can you explain what is a Shitvat Shabadihi? Where was that? It's basically it means that the shit iti pratyah asti, shit pratyah sarvadhatuka samnyam dadati, अतः तत्र सार्वधातुक संज्ञकः प्रत्ययः सार्वधातुक प्रत्ययः अस्ति, अतः गण विकरण प्रत्ययः आगच्छति. सार्वधातुके यक कर्तरि शप दिवादिभ्यः शन इत्यनेन तत्र विकरण प्रत्ययः आगच्छति. सो शित्वात् शबादि इत्युक्ते शित् प्रत्ययः अस्ति, अतः शबादयः विकरणाः विधीयन्ते. I think is in the next slide. Shitvat shabadihi. Pratyah shit asi. Shit, therefore sarvadhatuka, therefore gana vikarana means shap and others. That's the meaning over here. There is another question over here. Vastutastu asya uttaram bahuvaram purveshu vargeshu dattam. So if you're getting this question, you have to go back and revise the previous classes, but I'll anyway give the answer. The question is, why is janam being broken down as jana and ngasa? The reason is there is a sutra called Kartrukarmano Kruti, where a karma pada, when it breaks down, it has to be broken down with a Shashti Vibhakti Pratyaya and not the Dvitiya Vibhakti Pratyaya. So this has been explained in many details in multiple classes, not just one. So please go back, part 1 of the course, Upapadam, multiple classes were there. This has been explained in details at that place. Agre gachhama. There are a few points, but I'll just ignore them for now and we'll go ahead. So agrimam sutram asti nasikastanayoho dhmadhetoho. Let's see the sequence. We have ajehe khash. Agre asti nasikastanayoho dhmadhetoho. Simple sutram pashyamah. Yat kinchidapi spashtam nasti tad agre spashtikariष्ये. नासिका स्तनयोः. अत्र सकारः नासिकाः इति नास्ति. So that's one typical incorrect interpretation of this sutram. Nasikaha followed by tanayo is not there. Nasika stana, two different words are there. Nasika stanayoho karmanoho upapadayoho dhma iti dhatuhu to blow iti arthaha. Dhet, just now we saw to drink iti arthaha. Nasika स्तनयोः कर्मणोः उपपदयोः धमाधेटोः धात्वोः खश प्रत्ययः भवति. यथा संख्यम् अत्र न इष्यते. कस्यचित् अवश्यं संभ्रमः भ्रान्तिः स्यात्. नासिका तथा स्तन शब्दद्वयमस्ति, धुमा तथा धेट धातुद्वयमस्ति, यथा संख्यम् अवश्यं भवेत् इति संभ्रमे प्राप्ते यथा संख्यमत्र नेष्यते इति स्पष्टीकरणं. व्याख्यानतो विशेष प्रतिपत्तिः. यथा संख्यम् अत्र न इष्यते. There is no mutual mapping. स्तने धेटः. स्तन इति शब्दस्य केवलं धेट इत्यनेन सह अन्वयः. नासिका इति शब्दस्य तु उभयोः सह अन्वयः. So you can pair nasika with dhma, you can pair nasika with dhet, but for stana you can only pair it with dhet. Why? Not because I am telling, because commentaries are telling and vyakhyana matra sharanam. So nasikayaha vishaye dhmah cha dhet cha. Stanasya vishaye tu kevalam dhet. Stanam dhayaha. So stanam dhayati. A newborn baby does the breastfeeding. Stanam dhayati, drinks from the breast. Stanam dhayati. It is stanam dhayaha. Nasikayaha tu bhayatra. So blows with the nose. Nasikam dhamati. Blows with the nose or blows the nose. So nasikam dhamati and drinks with the nose. Maybe sucks with the nose. Nasikandhayaha. Both of them are possible. Kasikakara somehow tries to give an explanation of why Yatha Sankhyam is not there on the next line. Tat cha एतन्नासिकस्तनयोः इति लक्षणव्यभिचारचिह्नात् अल्पाच्तरस्य अपूर्वनिपातनात् लभ्यते। प्रायः स्पष्टं स्यात्, येषां कृते स्पष्टं नास्ति स्पष्टीकरिष्ये. So what he is saying is that what is the reason why there is no yatha sankham? He says that this word nasika stanayoho is very peculiar. Why is it peculiar? He says it is a dvandva samasa. Itaretara dvandvaha asti. Nasika and stana. You combine them with the dvandva samasa and the word that is given is nasikastana. अत्र सः किं वदति? नासिकास्तन इति सम्यक् शब्दः नास्ति, स्तननासिका इति स्यात्. When you do an iteretara dvandvo of Rama and Lakshmana, you say Ramascha Lakshmanascha Rama Lakshmanau. Even if you reverse the order, Lakshmanascha Ramascha, you still say Rama Lakshmanau. Rama always comes first and Lakshmana comes later, not because Rama is the elder brother and Lakshmana is the younger brother, but because there are grammatical rules for that. Rama ityasmin shabde न्यूनाः अच्वर्णाः सन्ति, न्यूनतराः अच्वर्णाः सन्ति. If you compare the two words Rama and Lakshmana, Rama has lesser number of ach letters. Most of you know this, those of you who have studied samasas. The Lakshmana has more number of ach letters, and therefore the one which has lesser number of ach letters will come in the first. That is called Purva Nipata, given by the sutra Alpachtaram in the Samasa Prakaranam. Applying the same rule over here, nasikacha stanascha ityatra stana shabdasya purvanipatah bhavet. Just like Rama comes first, here stana has lesser number of ach letters, so it must come first. So it should actually be stana nasika. The ordering has been reversed because yatha sankham atra nishyate इति काशिकाकारस्य स्पष्टीकरणम्. अतः एतत् नासिकस्तनयोः इति लक्षणव्यभिचारचिह्नात्. लक्षण is सूत्र, Vyabhichara is disobeying. Panini himself creates the sutra and himself deviates from that sutra. That is not a mistake on the part of Panini, but is actually an indication. Jnapaka. Lakshana Vyabhichara Chinna is a sign that Panini wants to teach us something. Lakshana Vyabhichara Chinnat Alpa Kidrusham Lakshana Vyabhichara Chinnam Alpach Tarasya Apurva Nipatanatmakam Chinnam. So Alpachtarasya apurva nipatna datra labhyate. Therefore, nasikaha tanayodhmadhetoho ityatra nasika इत्यस्य अन्वयः केवलं धमा तथा धेट् इत्येतयोः सह स्तन इत्यस्य अन्वयः तु केवलं धेट् इत्यत्र सह. One might argue saying this is not an appropriate, sufficiently strong logic and so on. This is what Kashika is saying. You can just say Vyakhyanam atra sharanam, and you can say that because Bhashyakara teaches us this way, or Vyakhyanas say we have to apply match nasika with dhma and dhet, and stana with only dhet. So there is no I mean, somebody is pointing over here. It is hard to imagine Panini did this. So it's very difficult to comment on that point. Maybe he did it. I mean, we never know. These kind of things happen again and again in Ashtadhyay, and these have the way they have been explained it. So in Ashtadhyay, it is common to see a Paniniya Prayas, and I'm not joking over here. That Panini himself creates a sutra and he kind of deviates that from that sutra at some places in Ashtadhyay, and those things have been, you know, treated with respect by the acharyas later on, and some meaning has been taken out of that. Okay, so stane, let's see Kaumudi. Stane dhetaha nasikayam dhmascha iti vacham. So he explicitly gives the vartika for explaining that. Stanam dhayati iti stanam dhayaha. All that mumagama and all that will still be there. Stanam dhayati iti stanam dhayaha. Somebody is asking the meaning of this word apurva nipatana. So it's apurva nipatana. So basically, what happens is when you say Ramascha Lakshmanascha, or when you say Lakshmanascha Ramascha, which one of them comes first? That's called purva nipata. Which one of them doesn't come first? So there is a specific rule on which one comes first. That process is called purva nipata, and it is given by the sutra Alpachtaram, which says that the entity with lesser number of vowels will come first. Obviously, I mean, there are multiple such rules, Dvandveghi, Ajadyadantam, Alpachtaram, and so on. One of them is this Alpachtaram. It basically says what comes first and what comes second in a Dvandva Samasa. that process is called purva nipatana. So apurva nipata is basically deviating that rule. Negation on that rule has been, kept aside, and prayoga has been done. So nasika and stana, when you combine, stana must have come first, but that rule has been deviated. That is negation of purva nipata, apurva nipata iti artha. Okay, so there is another piece of information that is present in this particular Vyakhyanas. Let's actually understand this green box, and then we'll come over here. Dhet is a very specific dhatu, and I have discussed this in all the way in the beginning, class number 7 or 8 something. Dhet iti dhatu tit asti. टित् धातु धातौ टकारस्य इत्संज्ञायाः किं प्रयोजनं? वस्तुतस्तु धातौ इत्संज्ञक टकारस्य न किञ्चन प्रयोजनं, परन्तु तत्र तथापि एकः एव धातुः यत्र टकारः इत्संज्ञकरूपेण स्थाप्यते. द ओन्ली वन धातु इन एंटायर धातु पाठ विच एज अ टकार विच इज इत्संज्ञक. किं प्रयोजनं तस्य? धातौ विद्यमानस्य इत्संज्ञक टकारस्य प्रयोजनं किमस्ति? Tiddhane, very well known sutra. We have been talking about this sutra every class. So tiddhane ittenena neep pratyah bhavati. So neep iti pratyah tatra agre bhavet stritve vivakshite. So that's what he says over here. Dhetaha titva. Dhet dhatu is a tit dhatu. Understand, khash pratyaya is not tit pratyaya. Dhet dhatu is tit dhatu. So khash pratyasya vishaye tu samanya rupena tap iti akaradeshah eva bhavet. विशिष्ट रूपेण यत्र धेट धातोः खश् प्रत्ययः विधीयते तत्र तु नीप इति स्त्रियां प्रत्ययः भवेत्. अतः स्तनं धयति, सा स्तनं धयी बाला. सो अ गर्ल we will reference here as स्तनं धयी. किमर्थं नीप इति प्रत्ययः? धेट इत्यत्र टकारः, धेट इत्यत्र टकारः विशिष्ट रूपेण स्थापितः अस्ति. वस्तुतस्तु अस्य टकारस्य न किञ्चन प्रयोजनं, तथापि तत्र नीप् इति प्रत्ययः भवेत् इति स्पष्टीकर्तुम् अत्र टकारः विशिष्ट रूपेण स्थापितः अस्ति. सो धेटः टित्वात् स्तनन्धयी. And then he explains further, नासिकन्धमः नासिकन्धयः. नासिका शब्दाय नासिका शब्दस्य विषये अपि ह्रस्वादेशः भवति इति विशिष्ट रूपेण द्रष्टव्यम्. Just like the way earlier shuni became shuni, in the same way nasika ityatra khityanavyaस्य इति ह्रस्वादेशं कृत्वा नासिकन्धमः नासिकन्धयः. अत्र धुमा धातोः विषये अपि धुमा इत्यस्य शप् प्रत्यये परे धम इति आदेशः भवति. The prakriya is there on the right hand side over here. You can go through this prakriya. Dhma becomes dhama, nasikandhama, and dhet becomes nasikandhaya, and similarly stanandhaya. There are few important points in this particular green box. Let's quickly go through them and talk and then go to the next sutra. First point to understand, let's actually look at this bottom part. It's actually easy to understand. Dhet ityatra yaha takarah asti, तस्य किं प्रयोजनं दृष्टं? तत्र नीप् इति प्रत्ययः भवेत्. परन्तु व्याख्यानेषु किमुच्यते? अयं नीप् प्रत्ययः केवलं खश्, अयं नीप् प्रत्ययः केवलं खश् प्रत्ययस्य विषये एव भवति. So only when you have dhet plus khash, you will get a neep pratyaya. When dhet is applied, I mean when another pratyaya gets applied on dhet, you do not get a neep pratyaya. There is no reason except for the vyakyanam eva atra sharanam. So atraiva neep ishyate. Atra kutra yatra dhet ityasmat dhatoho khasha pratyayah bhavati tatraiva neep iti ishyate. Anyatra na. Anyatra ityukte kutra na? Pagradhma dhet drushashah. We have seen this in the sheet 2. Pagradhma dhet drushashah ityatra dhet dhatoho sh iti pratyayah bhavati. Tatra यद्यपि धेट् अयं टित् धातुः अस्ति, तथापि अत्र इकारादेशः नो च नीप् प्रत्ययः न भवति. श प्रत्यये कृते स्त्रियां टाबेव भवति. धया कन्या इति तत्र अस्माभिः पूर्वम् अधीतमस्ति. So the neep pratyaya, because of the titva of dheta, happens only for the combination dhet plus khash and not for any other combinations of dhet with any other pratyaya. And understand that this neep pratyaya is only for dheta. General khasha pratyay does not get a neep pratyay, it will still be a tap because of the ajadya tashta. अतः केवलं धेट प्लस खश इत्यत्र नीप इति प्रत्ययः भवति. Now, technically speaking, there is a problem in giving the neep pratyaya. Very little shastra aspect with probably 5 more minutes. That's it. Technically speaking, there is a small problem in giving the neep pratyaya over here. Kaha tatra ka samasya tatra bhavati pashyamah. In the Tidhane Sutra, actually, let's go to this Sutra 4115. Very beautiful explanation written on in this Tidhane Sutra. Look at. Actually, you can see either of them, but let's see Kashika for now. Attaha iti sarvatra anuvartate. Basically, this sutra is only applicable for Ajanta entity, a tit entity which is Ajanta. Attaha iti sarvatra anuvartate. The tit entity must be Ajanta. That's what in Kaumudi also says. Anupasarchanam yat tidadi tad adanta tadantam yat adantam pratipadikam. It's not sufficient to have it tita, it should also end in ach or ach letter. Now the problem is it should end with akara, not ach letter. Adanta, it should end with laswa akara. And dhet does not satisfy that condition. There is a takara present, but the whole entity doesn't end with an akara. So he says, this is what Haradatta in Padamanjari explains. Yadyapi tidhane ityatra tidadyantam yad adantam pratipadikam iti vyakhyatam tathapi titvasya avayave acharitartvat nimeva bhavati iti Haradattah spashटीकरोति. कः अर्थः? वस्तुदस्तु टिड्ढाण इत्यस्य सूत्रस्य प्रसक्तिः तदा एव भवति यदा अदन्तं प्रातिपदिकम् अस्ति. So not necessarily प्रातिपदिकम्, adantam asti. First of all, dhet is neither a pratipadika nor it is adanta. So how can you apply Tidhane Sutra on this particular entity? When this question is being asked, the answer is that the takara present in the dhet must have to have some prayojana, otherwise it will become useless. So titvasya avayave acharitarthatvat. If you don't decide to apply a neep, then the ta has no other prayojana. It will become acharitartha. It will become vyartha. Vyarthe sati jnapayati atra nibeva bhavati. Ataha stanam dhaya. So this is said by Haradatta is what Balamanorama says. Understand this. Acharitarthatvad nipiti Haradattaha iti Balamanoramakarah spashटीकरोति. Atah stanandhaya plus nip stanandhayi iti siddhyati. So let me see if there are a couple questions that can be taken. Somebody is asking what is the meaning of nasikandhayaha, the one who takes or sucks through the nose. So maybe pulls the cuff inwards regularly through the nose, or takes the food, sucks the food or liquid through the nose. Iti arthaha. Dhaya ityukte dhet pane pibati iti arthaha. Nasika is nasikam dhayati iti prayogaha drishyate. Doesn't mean drinks the nose. It basically means drinks through the nose. This is the prayoga. We have to justify it somehow. Yeah, there is a related question. Somebody is saying nasikaya dha. I don't understand his question, but basically the gist of the question is, can you have it nasikaya over here? The meaning is similar to nasikaya, but the prayogas are always nasikam, because the vyakhyana is very clear, karmanoho upapadayoho. So it has to be karma. So nasikam dhayati, nasikam dhamati ityeva prayogaha, tatra arthanishpattihi tu nasikaya iti bhavitum arhati. Okay, let's go ahead. There are a few questions, but I want to skip. Probably we have to extend the class by 15 minutes or so. I don't want to, span this into tomorrow's class. Agrimam Sutram Nadi Mushtyoscha. Let's take a look at the list of sutras. We have AJ Khasha. Only 2 sutras are done. AJ Khasha Nasika Stanayoho Dhma Dhetoho Nadi Mushtyoscha. Same pair of dhatus Dhma and Dheta. It should be simple. Nadi Mushtyoscha. Nadi means the veins in the body, also means tube. Nadi, mushti, ityetayoho, karmanoho, upapadayoho, ध्माधेटोः खश् प्रत्ययः भवति। अत्र अपि घ्यन्तस्य अपूर्वनिपातः। अत्र अपि नाडी तथा मुष्टि द्वन्द्वे घी इत्यत्र घी संज्ञकः शब्दः प्रथमं भवेत्। अत्रापि पूर्वनिपातः. So here also exactly a Paniniya prayoga has been used. So it is hard to believe Panini makes so many mistakes. So there has to be a reason for that. I mean, we have to believe what the commentaries say. Looks pretty logical. So atrapi. So you can see the the continuity of the same behavior. नासिकास्तनयो धमाधेटो इत्यत्र यथा पूर्वनिपातस्य व्यभिचारः तथैव अत्रापि नाडी मुष्ट्योश्च इत्यत्रापि अपूर्वनिपातः लक्षणव्यभिचारम्. In simple, there are rules dvandve ghi which will tell that mushti should come before nadi, but the sutra says nadi mushtyoshcha at etadrusham lakshana vyabhicharam sankhyatanudeshah respectively na bhavati iti spashtikartum. So what it means over here is here both nadi and mushti map to both dhma and dhet. So nadin dhamaha, the one who blows the tube, or say a medicine or a drug that expands your blood vessels. Mushtin dhamha, the one who blows the fist. Nadin dhayaha, the one who drinks through a tube. Mushtin dhayaha, the one who drinks through a fist. Sorry. Anukta samuchayarthaha chakarah. अत्र सूत्रे चकारः किमर्थमुच्यते? अन्यानि अपि कानिचन उपपदानि अन्ये प्रयोगाः भवितुमर्हति. घटिन्धमः, घटिन्धयः. घटि इत्युक्ते pot, घटिन्धमः, so drinks or blows with a pot. Gharindhamah, khari is a quintal, so drinks or whatever blows with some instrument of that particular weight. This is a parimana. Kharindhamah, kharindhayah. Vatandhamaha, vata is wind, vatandhamaha, parvataha, vatandhayah, and so on. You can actually have multiple different meanings for these words. एतयोः उपपदयोः कर्मणोः ध्माधेटोः पुनरेकवारं कर्मणि उपपदमेव अत्र अपेक्षितं. कर्मणोः ध्माधेटोः खश स्यात् यथा संख्यमत्र नेष्यते. नाडिन्धमः, नाडिन्धयः, मुष्टिन्धमः, मुष्टिन्धयः. वार्तिकं कौमुदीकारेण वार्तिकं दत्तमस्ति. काशिकाकारस्तु अनुक्त समुच्चयार्थ इति सामान्य रूपेण वदति. कौमुदीकारेण तत्र विशिष्ट रूपेण सर्वेषां शब्दानां निर्देशः कृतः अस्ति. घटी, खारी, खरिषु उपसंख्यानम्. घटिन्धमः, घटिन्धयः, and so on. Khari iti parimana visheshah. I think 1 quintal is called khari. Khari parimana visheshah. Khari is gardhabhi. So both words are being told. Khari and khari. Ekadesha Vikrutamanennavat has not to be applied over here. You cannot say both of them having the same meaning. That's why he has explicitly written the meaning over here. Khari is gardhabhi, the female donkey. एतेषां सर्वेषां विषये अत्र खश् प्रत्ययः भवितुम् अर्हति. अग्रे गच्छामः. अग्रिमं सूत्रम् उदिकूले रुजिवहोः. So look at this. नाडी मुष्ट्योश्च उदिकूले रुजिवहोः. On the previous slide, somebody is asking what is anukta samuchayartha. Na uktam iti anuktam. Samuchaya is bringing it together. So something that has not been told. The sutra tells only two things, nadi and mushti. There are a few more upapadas that have not been told, unmentioned. They are also to be included, and therefore chakara is added in the sutra. सामान्य रूपेण अत्र चकारस्य किं प्रयोजनं? किमपि नास्ति. अतः अनुक्त समुच्चयार्थ चकारः. यत् किञ्चिदपि न उक्तं तस्य गणना अपि भवितुम् अर्हति. अतः अत्र चकारः स्थापितः इति काशिकाकारेण उच्यते. कौमुद्यां तु विशिष्टरूपेण एतानि नूतनानि उपपदानि कानि तत्र गणना परिगणनं कृतमस्ति. So both mean the same thing. Both of them agree to the fact that some additional entities must be there. Kashikakara says vaguely that you want additional entities, whereas Kaumudi explicitly lists these entities. Okay, agre gacchamaha. Udikule rujivahoho and vahabhreliha. Very simple. I don't have to explain anything. Udikule rujivahoho. Kula ityukte bank of a river. Tattaha. A bank of a river. Rujo bhange. Something that breaks the bank of the river. For example, a chariot, a ratha comes so fast that it basically destroys the bank of the river. Or vah prapane. Say for example, a large river or a flood that comes and it carries the bank of the river along with it. Basically carries the mud from the bank of the river with it. So rujo bhange, to break apart, vah prapane, to carry along with it. Both the meanings have to be associated with the kula, which means bank of a river. Ityetabhyam utpurvabhyam. So ud plus ruj and ud plus vah. Kule karmani upapade khasha pratyah bhavati. Kulam udrujati, destroys the bank of the river. It can be a water flow also. I mean, it need not be only ratha. The example given is ratha. Kulam udrujati iti kulam udrujaha ratha. I'm mentioning this again and again. This ma is not the ma that you hear over here. This is not a simple ma plus u. That ma goes away and another ma comes because of the mumagama. Kulam udrujati iti kulam udrujaha ratha. Similarly, kulamudvaha. Kaumudim pashyamaha. Utpurvabhyam rujivahibhyam kule karmani upapade khasha syat. Kulam udrujati iti kulam udrujaha ratha. Kulamudvaha nadaha or kulamudvaha nadi iti bhavitum arhati. Simple, nothing is there. Next, vahabhre lihaha. Let's take a look at the sutras. Actually, sutras are very simple. So you have udikule rujivaho vahabhre lihaha. Vah abhra इत्येतयोः कर्मणोः उपपदयोः लिहेः धातोः खश प्रत्ययः भवति. कः धातुः? लिह इति धातुः. लिह आस्वादने, to lick with the tongue iti arthaha. Now please understand, compare and contrast these two consecutive sutras. In the previous sutra, vah is used as a verb, vah prapane, whereas in the immediately next sutra, vah is used as an upapada, guaranteed recipe for confusion. The vah in the previous sutra is used for verb. The vah in the next sutra is used for upapada. Vah in this particular case means shoulder, skandha. Kaumudi makes it clear. Vahaha skandhaha. Tam ledi. So vah and abhra. Abhra is cloud. So what are the two upapadas? Vah upapadam, which means skandha, shoulder. Abhra upapadam means meghaha, cloud. Vah abhra ityetayoho karmanoho. Don't forget this. Always karmani upapada will come. Karmanoho upapadayoho lihehe dhatoho. Liha is to lick. Lihehe dhatoho khash pratyayaha bhavati. Vaham ledhi. If you look at a cow or a bull, usually they lick their shoulders. Vaham ledhi iti vaham lihaha gauhu. Abhram ledhi, a wind. The upama is given over here is a wind that flows, basically licks the clouds, basically, touches the clouds, carries them with him, licks them, puts an imprint on them. So abhram lihaha, abhra lihaha vayuhu. So vahaha skandham tam ledhi iti vaham lihaha gauhu. Adaditvat shapaha. Look, prakriya is given over here. Look at this. Liha is from the adadi gana, second gana. So you have the shapa and adiprabhrutibhya shapaha ityanena tasya luk bhavati. So vaha plus liha plus khasha. Because khasha is sarvadhatuka, shapa will come first. It's always there, always be there. Kartari shapa ityanena shapa pratyaya bhavati. तदनन्तरं धातोः अदादिगणत्वात् अधिप्रभृतेभ्यः शपः इति शप् प्रत्ययस्य लुक् भवति. So you get वह plus लिह plus a. A is basically khash. So you have vah plus liha plus a. At this point in time, you have a sarvadhatuka pratyaya, shit. So therefore sarvadhatuka, but this is not a pit sarvadhatuka. So sarvadhatukam apita ityanena ayam nitvat bhavati, nitvat bhave krute gunaha nishidyate. So technically speaking, because this is a shita pratyaya, it should cause a gunadesha over here. But sarvadhatuka pratyaya is there, not shita. Sarvadhatuka pratyaya is there. Sarvadhatuka ardhadhatuka yoiti gunadesha. Sorry, पुगन्तलघूपधस्य चेत् गुणादेशः भवेत्, उपधायामस्ति किल, पुगन्तलघूपधस्य चेत् गुणादेशः भवेत्, परन्तु अत्र सार्वधातुकः अपित् प्रत्ययः सार्वधातुकम् अपित इत्यनेन खश् प्रत्ययः ङित्वद् भवति, येन अङ्गायवस्य गुणः निषिध्यते. So what are the two different prayojanas of shakara? Number one, it gives us vikarana pratyaya because of sarvadhatukatva, and second, it blocks the gunadesha again because of the apit sarvadhatukatva. So two different things have been, prayojanas have been clubbed together. One is the vikarana pratyaya, second is the gunavriddhi nishedha. So अत्र ङित्वद् भावे अंगावस्य गुणः निषिध्यते. That's what Kaumudi is explaining. अदादित्वात् शपः लुक् खशः ङित्वात् न गुणः अभ्रम लिहः वायुः. The wind that licks the clouds. Vaham ledhi iti vaham lihaha gauhu. The word gau can be used in feminine form and masculine form with the same meaning. Very few people actually are aware of know this. Gauhu iti पुल्लिंगे अपि भवति, स्त्रीलिंगे अपि भवति, समानः अर्थः अपि भवितुम् अर्हति. So vaham liha gauhu, a bull, or vaham liha gauhu, cow, abhram liha vayuhu. Agre gacchamaha parimane pachaha. Actually very simple, 2-3 slides and we should be done. We're almost on time. So parimane pachaha. Let's actually take a look at the list. Ejehe khash नासिकास्तनयोर्ध्माधेटोः नाडी मुष्ट्योश्च udikule rujivahoho. So for this udikule rujivahoho, there is actually a question over here. Are there two upapadas? So udikula, are these two upapadas over here? I wouldn't say that because the commentaries don't say ud iti upapade. Basically ut purvabhyam kule. So you can say ut iti gati samnyakam asti, gati samnyakah shabdah no chet upasargah asti. So ut iti upasargah, kul iti upapadam. So you can take one as upapada and other as upasarga. Udikule rujivahoho vahabhre lihaha. Here udikule rujivahoho vahabhre lihaha parimane pachaha. Actually, three next sutras. Parimane pachaha mitanakhe cha vidvarushoho tudaha. All three sutras are there on the next slide only. So parimane pachaha. Bahu saralam. Parimanam is unit of measurement. Parimanam in the context of unit of measurement, if the upapada is the unit of measurement, prasthadi is an example. Prastha is a kilo. Khari, drona. So drona is 10 kilo. All these things have been discussed long back when I was discussing Tadhita Arhiya Prakaranam. So parimanam prasthadihi tasmin karmani upapade pachehe khash pratyayah bhavati. Pacha iti dhatuhu कीदृशम उपपदम परिमाणवाची उपपदम. Various parimanas like kilogram, gram, whatever, milliliter, and so on, they have different names in those days. It's sometimes hard to map what it means today. Prastha usually means 1 kg. You can see over here. Prastham pachati, a say vessel that can cook say 1 kg of rice. Prastham pachati, prastham pachatali. You can see the tap pratyay being applied. Dronam pashati. Drona is approximately 10 kgs. So a cooker that can, cook 10 kgs. Kharim pachaha kataha, a bowl, a vessel. Kharim pachati, a quintal. Kharim pachati, the kharim pachaha kataha, and so on. Prastham pacha khali, kharim pachaha kataha. मितनखे च अग्रिमं सूत्रं परिमाणे पचः मितनखे च सः एव धातुः पच इति धातुः पूर्वम् इत्युक्ते परिमाणे पचः इत्यत्र परिमाणं परिमाणवाचि उपपदम् अग्रे तु परिमाण भिन्नम् उपपदम्. सो समवेयर ही सेज अपरिमाणार्थ आरम्भः. भिन्नरूपेण सूत्रं किमर्थं कृतं? पूर्वं तु परिमाणवाचि एव उपपदम्, इदानीं तु सम्पूर्णरूपेण भिन्नम् उपपदम्. मित मीन्स लिटिल, नख means nail. Let's understand the meaning. Mitta nakha ityetayoho karmanoho upapadayoho pachehe khasha pratyayah bhavati aparimanarthaha arambhaha. Mitam pachati, cooks very little, conjuice. mitam pacha brahmani, a lady who cooks very little. Nakham pachati. So here it doesn't literally mean the cooks the nail, but basically it means that particular gravy soup is so hot that if you put the finger in that, your nails will get cooked. पक जाते हैं basically. The nails will themselves be hurt. They will get damaged. So nakham pachayava guhu, the rice, dal, khichdi, soup, whatever. Nakham pacha basically will hurt, will boil your nails. Mitam pacha brahmani, nakham pachayava guhu, pachihi atra tapavachi. Tapa ityukte, it's basically hurt, it's basically hot and therefore causes trouble. So it doesn't literally mean cooking in the sense of cooking rice, but basically means it will cause boils, it will hurt your body and so on. Pachihi atra tapavachi. Parimane pachaha mitanakhe cha vidvarushoho tudaha. Simple sutras. Tuda vyathane, tuda adiganasya adi mahadhatuhu, tuda vyathane, vidhu and arusha. Vidhu means Chandra, moon. Vidhu and arusa. वस्तुतस्तु सकारान्तं परन्तु तत्र उकारः अस्ति, अत्रः आदेश प्रत्ययति षकारादेशः भवति. So arus means wound. Say a cut happens on that body, wound. So vidhu arus इत्येतयोः कर्मणोः उपपदयोः तुदेः धातोः खश इति प्रत्ययः भवति. सरलः अर्थः vidhuntudaha rahu. So Rahu, what does he do? He basically irritates the moon. Once in a while, he will come and eat the moon, causing the eclipse, according to the stories in the Puranas. So vidhum tudati, vidhuntudaha rahu. Aruntudaha, aruhu ityukte wound, the one who damages the wound, say enemy or whatever. Normal verb. You can also have a weapon that basically damages your wound. So aruntudaha. कौमुदिकारः विधुन्तुदः मुमिकृते संयोगान्तस्य लोपः. प्रक्रियां पश्यामः अत्र. So this part is for arus. So look at this. Arus इति सकारान्तः शब्दः अजन्तः नास्ति, तथापि अत्र मुमागमः भवति. कथम्? अरुर्द्विषदजन्तस्य मुम् इति मुमागमः. This sutra gives the mumagama for the ajanta entities and only two halanta entities, arus and dvishat. Look at that old class 23 flow chart. Understand this. If it is a halanta, look at this chart. I told at that time to print this if you want to study this in details. So if it's halanta, the only entity that will get a mumagama is arus and dvishat. No other halantas will get the mumagama. For ajantas, you have almost all the ajantas getting the mumagama except for the avyayas. But otherwise, if it is a avyaya bhinnam halantam, it's only arus and it's only dvishat. Only these two avyayas, non-avyayas, these two halanta words will get the mumagama. So that's what is being told over here. So going back to that particular slide, the example of arus is what we are studying right now. The example of dvishat will be seen tomorrow for the khach pratyaya. So dvishat parayo stape ityatra khach pratyaya dvishat ityasya sthane vidhiyate, ityasya vishe vidhiyate. Arus ityasya vishe tu idanim vidvarushoho tudaha ityanena खश इति प्रत्ययः उक्तः अस्ति. सो तुद धातोः प्रक्रिया कथं भवति? तुद धातोः श इति षष्ठगणस्य धातुः अस्ति, श इति विकरण प्रत्ययः भवति. सो अरुस् इत्यत्र मुमागमः. अंडरस्टैंड, मुमागम इज अ मित्. अन्त्यात् अचः परः, so it will come before s and after u. So it will be arums. Mumagama will not come at the end. It has to come midachontyat paraha, antyat achaha paraha, immediately after the last ach letter. The last ach letter is u. The mumagama will come over here. Sanyogantasya lopaha will get rid of the sakara. Arum anuswaraha parasavarnaha aruntuda iti rupam siddhyati. So vidhuntudaha rahuhu aruntudam shastram iti udaharanani. परिमाणे पचः मितनखे च विध्वरुषोः तुदः. अग्रे अस्ति असूर्यललाटयोः दृशितपोः and ugram pashyeram madhapanindhamascha. Only two, we are perfectly on track. So two sutras, asurya, let's take a look at the list. वहाभ्रे लिहः परिमाणे पचः मितनखे च विध्वरुषोः तुदः. Last two sutras, असूर्यललाटयोः दृशितपोः and ugram pashyeram madapanindhamascha. The last one is nipatana. Usually not usually the convention is that this yellow background or faint yellow background is all nipatanas. So this is a nipatana. So only one sutra to study. Asurya lalatayoho drishitapoho. असूर्य ललाट इत्येतयोः कर्मणोः उपपदयोः दृशितपोः धातोः खश इति प्रत्ययः भवति. सरलं सूत्रम. There is an upapada called asurya, goes with drishi. There is another upapada called lalata, goes with tapa. So asurya ityasya अन्वयः दृश इत्यनेन सह दृश धातुः, ललाट इत्यस्य अन्वयः तप इत्यनेन सह. Let's take the second one. It's actually easy. The first one needs a little bit of explanation. So lalatam tapayati. So lalat is basically the forehead, tapayati or head, and basically heats it up. So lalatam tapati ityapi artha bhavitum arhati. Lalatam tapati. So hot sun in the sky will make your head, the temperature of the head increase. So lalat, or make your head a little bit warmer. ललाटं तपति इति ललाटं तपः आदित्यः तापयति इत्येव भवेत् प्रायः, बिकॉज़ सूर्यः तपति अन्यान् तापयति इति अर्थः भवेत्. सो हियर आल्सो इट सीम्स टू बी अंतर्भावितण्यर्थ. ललाटं तापयति ललाटं तपः आदित्यः. So sun, which is on the overhead sun, is basically going to start increasing the temperature of your head. It will heat up your head, forehead. That's as simple as that. Lalatan tapaha adityah. That's all that is there for the second pair. Lalata and tapa combined together to form lalatam tapa. Again, that mumagama is coming. Don't forget about it. Rest all discussion which is present in Kashika and Kaumudi is for this Asurya and Drusha. Let me explain the context first, and then we will look at the commentary. So this word, what is the word generated? Asurya and Drusha dhatu. They combine together to form Asuryam Pasha. Obviously, Drusha will become Pasha because Shapa is going to come. So Asuryam Pasha iti antimam rupam siddhyati. Kaha arthaha? So in those days, the royal women, they used to remain in the Raja Mahal, they used to remain in the royal palace or their own designed artificial garden and so on, and they were never allowed to go out purely because of security. So they, for years together, they never saw the actual moon, sun, or actual real weather outside. So a sun which is very difficult to miss. I mean, typically anybody will easily spot sun directly or indirectly present in the sky. But these ladies, they were so confined to their palace that an obvious thing like sun also they missed for multiple years. These ladies were referred as Asuryam Pashaha. Suryameva na Drishtavatyaha. Asuryam Pashaha Rajadaraha. Kashikakarah kim vadati? Gupti param cha etat. Gupti ityukte, basically confined to that particular room, that particular closed space. Gupti param cha etat. Kaha arthaha atra? Yat apariharya darshanam. How difficult it is to miss sun? Not difficult at all. I mean, even if you have one window in your house, maybe it's possible to see a reflection, sun, its rays, something, somehow. That kind of not easy to miss. I mean, it's very difficult to miss. Apariharya darshanam, parantu tadapi suryamapi tamapi na pashyanti. Evam nama gupta, yada gupta means hidden, yat apariharya darshanam suryam tamapi na pashyanti iti arthaha. The point to understand over here is this asurya is actually prasajya pratishedha. Recollect the distinction between paryudasa and prasajya pratishedha. The vigraha that is being done over here is very weird. We say asuryam pashyati. is what you should not be, I mean, is what looks like the Vigraha. Asuryam Pashyati. But there's no entity called Asurya. Like you say Lalatam Tapati or Tapayati. You should not be saying Asuryam Pashyati. There is no entity called Asurya in the sky. What is Asurya? It is the lack of the Surya. It's a Prasajja Pratishedha. Had it been Paryudasa, it would mean there is a reverse entity called Asurya. Recollect the distinction between Prasajja Pratisheda versus Paryudasa studied all the way in the first part of the course. Yatra Paryudasa asti tatra viruddha padarthasya upasthiti ishyate. परंतु यत्र प्रसज्ज प्रतिषेध अस्ति तत्र क्रियायाः निगेशन भवति विरुद्ध पदार्थः तत्र न इष्यते. सो असूर्यं पश्यति इत्यत्र सूर्यं न पश्यति इति अर्थः अस्ति. असूर्य नाम कश्चन पदार्थः तं पश्यति इति अर्थः नास्ति, परन्तु सूर्यं न पश्यति इति अर्थः अस्ति. So asurya is technically not a correct word at all. Correct in the sense grammatically correct word at all, because a has no samarthya with surya. A has the samarthya with pashyati. The nay samasa, the nay entity which is present over here, we are not saying not of the sun. We are saying not of Pashyati. The negation is being applied to Pashyati and not to the sun. So, nay ityasya surya ityanena saha tatra sambandha samarthyam anvayah nasti. But still such a word is written over here. So, commentaries say asurya iti asamartha samasaha. Kahartha, we should not be applying this word Asuryam Pashyami in our language. This is not acceptable. A samasa will not happen. But purely because the sutra has to be created, such a samasa has been done, the vritti should be written as Suryam na Pashyati. Asuryam Pashyati is not the vritti to be written. Suryam na Pashyati iti tatra vrittihi. So Asurya iti asamartha samasaha ayam. Drushina Nayaha Sambandha. The Nay is being related to the verb, not to Surya. And therefore, what is the meaning or what is the vritti? Suryam na pashyati iti. Suryam pashyati iti na lekhaniyam. Suryam na pashyati iti lekhaniyam. That's what he says in Kaumudi also. Suryam na pashyanti iti asuryam pashya ha. Visarga is there. Asuryam pashya ha rajadara ha. And then Lalatantapah Suryaha. For Lalatantapa, there is a question: if a person causes headache or increases the temperature of the head, like a person who continuously irritates you by causing a headache, can you use the word? Well, maybe yes. Sutra allows you to use that particular word. The meaning, the example that is given is Lalatantapah Suryaha. Parantu Lalatasya Tapaha Yena Kenachit Vardhate. Even if you, for example, have a medicine or a paste which you put on the lalata and the temperature increases, maybe you should be able to use this word for that particular context. Antimam sutram ugram pashye rammada panin dhamascha nipatanamiva asti. 3 words, be happy, ready-made given to you. Ugram pashya irammada panindhama. Ugram pashya irammada panindhama ete khasha pratyayanta shabdaha nipatyante. Ugram pashyati, looks furiously, looks with anger, looks with some heat, intensity. Ugram pashyati iti ugram pashyaha. Ugram iti kriya visheshanam द्वितीयायां तस्य प्रयोगः क्रियते. उग्रं पश्यति इति उग्रं पश्यः मनुष्यः. So that's ugram pashya. Iraya madhyati. Ira means water. Iraya madhyati becomes happy. Mada iti tatra chaturtha ganasya divadi ganasya dhatuh asti. So the form is madhyati. Iraya madhyati iti iram madaha. The one that becomes happy because of the water. The specific context over here is as follows. This is particularly used to indicate the lightning, bijli, the vidyut in the sky. So basically, when the two clouds having water, they hit, they collide on each other, the lightning is produced. So in general, an agni, a fire, will cease to exist because of water. But this is a special kind of fire which basically gets elevated, gets enhanced, or gets generated because of water. So in general, fire will cease to exist because of water. This fire or this particular lightning, it's generated because of water. If the two clear clouds they strike on each other, they just mix. But if the two clouds with water they strike on each other, you get electricity, you get the lightning. That's exactly what is meaning over here. Karane upapade. Upapadam is karanam. All this is nipatana. We don't have to worry about which is the sutra. So iraya ityukte jalena madhyati modante, become happy. Karane upapade khash pratyayah nipatyate. अत्र मद इति धातुः चतुर्थगणस्य तत्र शन प्रत्ययः वस्तुतः भवेत् परन्तु न भवति. So it is ira plus mad plus khash. The shan pratyaya will not come. Everything is to be accounted by for nipatana. Shit pratyay pare api vikaranasya apraptihi nipatanat karne upapade khash iti pratyah nipatyate. So that's iram mada represents the electricity, represents the lightning. And finally, panindhama. The storyline or basically the concept over here is that if there is a dark road in those days, you have to imagine the situation, the stage of those days. If there is a dark road, there are no street lights and all that. Maybe you're going through the jungle or maybe you're going through some grass or whatever, and there may be snakes going around. So you keep on clapping. The general rule is that if you keep on clapping while going, then the snakes, because of that sound, they won't come on your road. So in order to make sure that your road is free of the snakes, the general norm was to keep clapping or making some sound with your hands while you walk from that road. So panayah dhmayante asmin अधिकरणार्थे अत्र प्रत्ययः विधीयते अस्मिन्, on this road on which the hands are being used to make a sound. Basically hands are clapping happens, hands are clapped together. अस्मिन् इत्युक्ते अस्मिन् मार्गे, that road is called पाणिन्धम. So कर्मणि उपपदे अधिकरणे घश इति प्रत्ययः निपात्यते. झटिति व्याख्यानं दृष्ट्वा समापयामः. उग्रं पश्य इरं मद पाणिन्धम इत्येते शब्दाः निपात्यन्ते. उग्रं पश्यति furiously sees इति उग्रं पश्यः. इरया माद्यति becomes happy with the water. इरं मदः the lightning. विद्युत पाणयोः धमायन्ते एषु, the roads on which the hands are used to make a sound. पाणिन्धमाः पन्थानः, पन्थान इत्युक्ते roads, मार्ग. कौमुदीं पश्यामः. एते निपात्यन्ते. उग्रम् इति क्रियाविशेषणं, क्रियायाः विशेषणरूपेण प्रयुज्यन्ते. द्वितीया विभक्तौ गच्छति, कर्म इति संज्ञा भवति. क्रियाविशेषणं तस्मिन् उपपदे दृशेः खश प्रत्ययः. उग्रं पश्यति इति उग्रं पश्यः. इरा इत्युक्ते उदकं. तेन माद्यति इत्युक्ते दीप्यते, ग्लोज अप, becomes happy, even becomes more energetic. Abindhanatvat, up indhana, up means water, indhana means fuel. So water itself is the fuel for that particular agni. In general, other agnis they will cease to exist because of water, but for this particular agni, the lightning, water itself is the fuel. So up indhanatvat iti iram medaha megha jyotihi. Iram madaha megha jyotihi. Iha nipatanat nashyana. That's what we explained over here. Nipatanasya karanat shan pratyayana bhavati. Ante panindhamah पाणः धमायन्ते अस्मिन् इति पाणिधमः, पाणिन्धमः अध्वा, मार्गः, रोड. अंधकाराद्यावृतः इत्यर्थः. अंधकारेण आवृतः, the road is completely covered with the darkness. तत्र हि सर्पादि अपनोदनाय, maybe small creatures, maybe small wolf and all that comes, snake comes, vrishchika, Scorpio might come. So in order to frighten them, in order to not have them on the road, tatra sarpadi apanodhanaya panayaha dhmayante. Keep on clapping so that the road becomes safe. Anena prakarena ugram pasya iramada panindhama ete shabdaha nipatyante. perfectly on time. That completes the list of khasha pratyaya, starting with aj khash, nasikastanayoho dhmadhetoho, nadi mushtiyoscha, udikule rujivaho, pahabhre lihaha, parimane pachaha, mitanakhe cha, vidvarushoho tudaha, asuryalalatayoho drishitapoho, उग्रं पश्येरं मदपाणिन्धमाश्च इत्यनेन खश् प्रत्ययस्य अध्ययनं समाप्यते। श्वस्तनवर्गे खच इति प्रत्ययं पठामः। So we will need one full class again for, or I'll try to compress everything in one full class for this khach pratyaya tomorrow. अभ्यासं पश्यामः. Simple exercise today. कृद्वृत्तिं विलिख्य रूपसिद्धिं प्रदर्शयत. So write the krudvritti and give the derivation final form. Remember this asuryam pasha, you have to write suryam na pashyati and not asuryam pashyati. Similarly, panin dhama, this is adhikarane vritti. So all this has been explained. Please pay attention while writing. द्वितीयः प्रश्नः खश् प्रत्यये शकार खकारयोः प्रत्येकं द्वे प्रयोजने. Two different purposes of kha and two different purposes of sha you have to explain. खकार शकारयोः प्रत्येकं द्वे प्रयोजने सोदाहरणं स्पष्टीकुरुत इति द्वितीयः प्रश्नः. So that's all. Please sign up for the homeworks. I have seen people signing up for class 58, 59 and so on. There are some intermediate classes that are missing. Those of you who have not signed up, please go and sign up. And for upcoming classes also, you can actually sign up. We will finish this sheet number 3, probably 6 to 8 more classes, and then we will go to homework, and in one shot we will cover all the pending homeworks. So please sign up and make sure to start working on your homeworks. समापयामः. श्वः अस्मिन्नेव समये नियमितरूपेण वर्गः भविष्यति. अष्टाध्ये जगन्माता यस्य चित्तात् समुत्थिता वेदानामुपकाराय तस्मै पाणिनये नमः. शब्दब्रह्म समाराध्य कृतवान्यो विलक्षणं सर्वाश्चर्यमिदं शास्त्रं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः. येन धौता गिरः पुंसां विमलैः शब्दवारिभिः तमश्चाज्ञानजं भिन्नं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः. धन्यवादः.